What up, YouTube? It's your boy Rock, man. I'm back with another video, and today's video is about which truck is the best truck to hot shot with. This is a question that is going on like a lot, like in hot shot world. People trying to get in the hot shot. It's 100 videos on it, so this is gonna be the 101. All right. Now, the best truck you should get for hot shot, I'm gonna say, is the best truck for you. Meaning that there is no truck that's gonna be the best truck. Is this truck, is that truck? All of them are gonna do something different. So what we have here is two trucks that are in our company. Actually, we're getting this one right here set up now. And this is a Ford F350. This is the Ram. So the biggest difference is the Ford is gonna be a 6.7 liter V8. That's what this one has. This one has the 6.7 liter inline six, which a lot of people are gonna say the inline six is gonna be the best engine for hauling, towing. Some people are gonna say that you can't match that V8 power. I mean, and the way it pulls and how fast it is, and this one has a little bit more, it's a little bit faster to me. So, me personally, when it comes to cars, I'm a Chevy car guy, but when it comes to trucks, I'm a Ford guy. Even though I own the Cummins, and my man Harv holding the camera owns the Ford. So I would much rather have this truck, even though I do like my truck. So this one right here is a Ram Mega Cab Laramie Longhorn. And this one right here is the F350, like I said, Larry. Now, one tip I'm gonna say is always, this is the thing you wanna know. You either wanna be before or after a certain year. So for example, if you go back and you're gonna get an older truck, I would say maybe like 03 and back for a Ford, which you have the 7.3, which would be a good option. If you're just trying to get into the game, trying to save you some money, and you have a good bit of cash on hand, you could probably go out and purchase one of those trucks for $8, $9, maybe $10,000 if you have that cash on hand. The same thing with the Ram. If you have the Ram and you wanna go out and you wanna get maybe before they started putting the 5.9 in them, maybe when they had the 24 valve or 12 valve, which some people say the 12 valve is the holy grail of Cummins engines, I don't know, but then that would be an option. Now, if you want to go maybe a little bit newer, you don't want to go with these trucks and get a 5.9 Cummins, I would say. I heard a lot of bad things about them. You don't want to get a 6.04. You don't want to power stroke. You don't want to get a 6.4 power stroke. You want to either be before or after those. And if you want to be after those, what you will get would be the 6.7, which is a phenomenal engine in my opinion. Or you would like to get the 6.7 in the Cummins, which is a phenomenal engine in my opinion. Now, when it comes to towing and payload, they mostly all do the same thing. Even if you get Duramax, even if you get a newer truck, even if you get, which we don't have any. In our company, we got 3 Rams and 1 Ford. So, and I guess we're a little bit biased towards the toward the Duramax, but actually we do have one Duramax. Man, Brandon got that Duramax, and that is 04. I almost forgot about it. 04 GMC, and he hasn't started yet too, but he's coming on too. But we more so have the Rams and the Ford. But again, I'm gonna say the truck that's gonna be best, as long as to me you get anything outside of that, when that range where they first started having to adjust to a lot of emissions regulations from the government and all that, that's when the problems started coming in. If you get anything before or after that, it's like they went through a period where they didn't know what they were doing. So when they first started it, so I'm gonna say like 04, 05, when Ford first started making a 6.0, and Ram, they switched up, started making a 5.9. It's like those guys, they was like they were going through a period where they were trying to figure it out. They didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. And then I'll say maybe it took them about 7, 8 years, and they started getting a handle on it. So that's when you got the 6.7, the 6.7, and then things started to get a little better. Also, my next thing I'm gonna say is this: if you're getting into hot shot trucking, don't go outside your limits. Don't go outside your pockets. Meaning, don't go out, and I'm gonna say don't go out and do what I did. I went and got a damn fully loaded truck and all that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love being comfortable. Harv did the same thing. He went and got a fully loaded truck. We heating our asses up and hands up on the steering wheel and keyless entry and all that. All that is cool, but if you're just trying to get into the game, just get a truck that works. Pick which truck you like best, which truck works for you. And like I said, if you go with any Ford, I'm gonna say 2011 and up, if you go with any Ram 2011 and up, just pick the one that fits in your budget that works for you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch another video that's gonna say something different, but there is no perfect hot shot truck in my opinion. Like I said, we have both. We have all 3 actually, and all of them, we've pulled with all of them, even though this one isn't in the company yet. the Duramax is in the company. We've pulled with the Duramax. We've pulled with them, so I know how they pull. I can't say maybe a longevity on them, but I can say how they pull, and they pull just fine. I love the way the power is in the Ford. This does have that tug to it that you can't match with anything. This has that power, that horsepower, that speed that you can't match with anything. So don't get caught up on people saying Ram is the best way to go, or the Ford is the best way to go, or Ram has these problems, or Ford has these problems. Any of these trucks gonna have problems. I watch a few YouTubers that have problems, like I think Santrans. They had a transmission issue. What's the other guy? Toe Piglet took over his channel. He had a computer issue. So any new truck can have an issue. I like the video that Chris Ward posted when he talked about his old truck versus his new truck, because he said a couple new trucks and they had problems, and then he bought a 99 F350 with a 7.3, and he figured that that's the way to go. I also feel that way. If you can get into this game and you have that kind of cash on hand, that's not a bad way to go. Now, if you're like, we kind of had our money kind of in a different scenario. Our money was together, our credit was together, so we could go out and grab these trucks and it wasn't really a problem. If you can do that, then hey, do it. But just remember, you don't need to go out. You don't have to have a sunroof, leather, keyless entry, and all this stuff like we have on these trucks. So just remember, you don't have to go out and have a fully loaded truck. Now, if you can afford it and you feel like you want to have it, hey, get it. Why not? But you also got to remember too that we're going to be piling miles upon these trucks, so these trucks won't be nearly worth what they cost. Maybe you want to say maybe 2 to 3 year range. So keep that in mind. Your depreciation will be great. So we just want to get that video out there. This has been a video I've been wanting to make for a while. So yeah, when it comes down to what's the best truck for Hotshot, and that truck, that's going to be totally up to you. In my opinion, it's going to be the truck that you can afford, the truck that you like, and the truck that you want maintaining. Also, one thing before I go, the last thing is the one determining factor. I feel like if you're going to be CDL versus non-CDL, if you're going to be non-CDL, I would say maybe look at getting a single rear wheel truck, mainly just because of weight, even though there's not a large weight difference. But the GVWR, which is something else, a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video, that's gonna matter greatly between getting a dually versus a single rear wheel. If you're a CDL, go and get you a dually, get you a dual tandem trailer, and rock out. If you're a non-CDL, which is most of our company, except for one of us, I would say get a single rear wheel truck, 2,500 and up, 3/4 ton or 1 ton, and then I think that'll keep you in a good range as far as your GVWR and your weight. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe.